Good morning, podcast community. It's a special day. It's Monday morning, and it's the mindset slash 80/20. My mindset host, Crystal and Eryk, communication was lacking on my part. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to give you the framework for future podcasts. Oops, I'm thinking somebody jumped on there, but maybe not. Okay, so here's the framework. We're going to do 20 minutes of the 3 lessons from the host. Then we're going to do 2 questions after that. And the 2 questions are, how did you apply one of those lessons this past week? And what were the results? So it's always going to be your 3 lessons, which the host is going to be an expert in that. So they're going to be always teaching on the 3 things, the 80/20, not 10 things, not 20 things, 3. Why do we do 3? The brain can get around 3. It's just a concept that's been used for hundreds of years. Well, maybe not 100 years, but maybe 50 years. Okay, so what are we going to do today? We're going to talk my 3. Okay. The first, there we go. Always learn daily. Always learn daily. Personal growth is not read one book, listen to an audio. It's committing to grow every single day. When you grow every day, your belief system changes. You're allowed to grow like anything. I mean, look, something as simple when an apple falls off a tree. How long does it take for that apple to get rotten? It depends on the circumstances, but it's going to get rotten because it stopped growing. So you as a person have to always grow. You don't want to be rotten, do you? I don't think so. But we don't realize that we have to learn each day. What has podcasting done for me? Gives me the ability to learn from my guests, from my hosts, from people that I am aligning myself with. And that's life. Always learn daily. And we have a 14-day business podcasting challenge. And you'll see this in just a little bit. Okay, let me go to number 2. And then journal daily. Apply it. Apply your learning in a format that can give you clarity. So this, and I'm going to point, let me see. No. There we go. Crystal, who's on the Mindset and the Health and Fitness podcast, she gave me that book, Mindset by Carol Dweck. If you haven't read that book, you should, because it'll create the mindset, an open mindset versus a closed. So let's go back to journaling daily. I hit the gym at 4:30 to 5 every day. Why do I do that? Besides being a little bit weird, I do it because I've stacked so many things, activities on top of it. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, it's a good start because habits are created when you can put multiple ones on top of it. So when I go to the gym or when I wake up, bingo, I'm out of bed, hitting an hour of engaging with my team in the Philippines and just getting ready for the day, writing down my schedule for the day. I've already done it the night before, but I'm still putting some meat to that bone. And that allows me then right after that to take my break and hit the gym. The cycle, 30 minutes. Then every other day, it's either upper body or lower body. So what happens after that is I get my coffee and I have 2 cups of coffee, which keeps my plumbing working. That's maybe a term that people haven't heard. But when you have a stroke, your plumbing is disrupted, like major. And not to get too personal about this, but constipation is a guy's version of giving birth. And that's a story for another day. But what matters to me is I never have that feeling again. That pain is like nothing I've ever experienced. 12 days of the plumbing not working, you can only imagine what happens. It's not good, and it's painful. But getting back to the journaling and applying it and the working out, I come back here, I drink my coffee, I go out on the deck, I hear the birds, and I write and I read and I journal. The thoughts that during the workout, during the night, get journaled, get applied, so I can have clarity and focus. And when you have that in your life, you create more control. And everybody wants to have control, but we don't always know how to get it. So if you're feeling out of control in your work, it's probably because you haven't applied principles that'll allow you to get more control of your daily activities, your weekly activities, the goals that you set for yourself. Journaling allows you to do that. So when I'm starting the day, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Is it perfect? No, we're not perfect. Far from it. But you got to get better every day. And to get better, journal. I journal at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, and sometimes during the middle of the day, but definitely beginning and end. So that's 2. There's one more. Now, this one is real important. Sleep. 8 hours. Keep that one in mind. I'm going to park it over here for just a second. I'm going to tell you a story. I remember listening to Jeff Bezos talk, on a podcast or somewhere. He says he sleeps 8 hours a day. That's a busy guy. And why does he sleep 8 hours a day? He answered the question to the person asking. One idea. He looks to just have one idea, and you need to be rested. You need to be hydrated. You need to be fuel. Nutrition and exercise will help in that sleep. So if you're doing the fueling your body correctly, you're exercising, you're doing the habits that will give you 8 hours. I've never had that. I averaged over 5 years, and this may be a little weird because I tracked it, 6 hours and 37 minutes on an app. That's an hour and 23 minutes short of 8. And if you want to operate at the highest level of control in your life, you can't be getting 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep. You have to get the proper amount of sleep. Anything, Google anything out there on sleep, and you'll hear Huffington, you know who it is, Huffington Post. She once was working so hard, she passed out on her desk, broke her nose, and she realized she had a problem. She wasn't getting enough sleep. And she wrote a book on it. I've read it. And it tells you that we all need it, because what the body goes through during the sleep, the toxins that it gets out of your brain, the way your body wakes up rested, the way you think, the way you process, determines if you can get that. I live in a senior facility. The average age here, I hear, is 80. Okay. A lot of people don't sleep, and they've told me. And as you get older, that can be a problem. Well, you got to figure it out, because if you're not getting the proper sleep, you may be grumpy, you may be dozing off in the middle of conversations, whatever it is. Got to get 8 hours sleep. So 8 hours, fuel your body, get your exercise, those 3 things. So our format is the 3 things. That's my 3 for mindset that I'll always go over. So if I'm hosting a mindset and I put it on the 80-20 for simply, you got to figure out the 20% of the activities that create 80% of the results. Personally, podcasting is the best out there because of what it does. Helps you build relationships. It helps you learn. It helps you grow. And it gets the content out there that people can see what you are all about. So if you're an expert, there's nothing more effective than podcasting. So podcast gives you the ability to create the content so people, whether they're in nutrition, whether in exercise, whether in mindset, whether in senior living, whether in memory care, whether in assisted living, whatever it is, we have 6 buckets. Let me see if Trek says put that in there. Maybe. Let me just see. I'm going to guess. No, not yet. Okay, we'll do that later. I was going to put it up here, but we have a 14-day challenge. I want you to do this. I think we have it up there. Go to podcasterpkane.com or call me direct. And if you come up I'll call you back. But we do 30 podcasts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 7 a.m. And we'll release them during the week. So if you're interested in growing in areas of your life, then you want somebody that's really good at it. We make sure if you're hosting a podcast like Glenda Hicks, she does a nonprofit podcast Wednesday at 10 o'clock, has a board game that helps nonprofits learn the skills to be a better nonprofit. You got to get her board game. I mean, what do we call experience learning? Everybody loves games. Well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people do. But you learn. People play games here. They get together with people. But when you're running a nonprofit, you want to be learning. You want to learn from the best, Glenda Hicks, because you can learn by practicing it through a game. That's crazy. So tune in to Glenda. I think I might even have her information on here. Let me see. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. I have it under nonprofit. There we go. Dang, look at this. I'm more. Let me see. There we go. Look at that. Glenda Hicks, 501cimpact.com. Call her. Get her game. Invest in your nonprofit. Invest in growing your nonprofit. And if you do that, you'll be much better. So let me go back to the last part of this because I'm going to keep these at 20 minutes, but we don't have a guest today. So we may just, I don't know. No, we're going to cut it off. Podcasterpkane.com. Take the 14-day podcasting challenge. Challenge yourself to grow. Challenge yourself to leverage podcasting. We do everything for you. All you have to do is show up. You don't have to worry about editing. You don't have to worry about scheduling. You don't have to worry about anything. We have a team in place. Branding, VA, graphics, everything. You just show up with your one skill, the skill that you bring to the market that you want people to be able to grow with. That's why we have 30 podcasts in different things like journaling, personal development, mindset, health and fitness, clean living. And I could continue on and on. So you're going to hear more because we're doing, I got a bird. You can see, that's crazy. Yeah, sorry. It's a little my previous ADHD habits, shiny object, but got to be focused. So how did I learn these 3 skills? Okay, I'm going to go back over them. Always learn. Okay, my partner, Jeff Bourgeois, sent me a book, Buy Back Your Time. Fascinating book. Fascinating book. Because I've been working 15 hours a day, 6.5 days a week for 18 months. That's not sustainable. So I'm buying back my time. I'm going to go from 15 to 10 to 5. I'll still work hard, but those 5 hours will be highly leveraged hours. Did you know Oprah's routine? I was fascinated when I heard it. She works 2 hours a day. She's a multi-billionaire. We all know her story, but we don't know what she's doing now. When you hear her routine, you're going, that's her routine? Work 2 hours a day? Yes. But those other hours, she's preparing. She's investing in herself, whether it's meditation, journaling, writing, different things, hydrating herself, nutrition, exercise, all those things she's wrapped up into her day. But when she gets down to do her work, 2 hours of highly, highly, highly leveraged activity. Look at Elon Musk. He has 24 hours a day. Do you think he operates differently than you do? You better believe it. Running 3 companies, he's going to be the richest man in the world. He's going to be the first trillionaire. I mean, that's crazy. That means he adds value to the market. When you add value, the market will pay you. So if you're not making anything, you're not adding enough value, or you haven't figured out a framework that will allow you to do that. And if you're interested in being a guest on my podcast, right there, podcasterpetecane.com, or call me direct. You can be a guest, because you can't do anything with us unless you are a guest. So I want to thank you. Let me see if I can do anything. Oh, yeah, I think I can. Oh, I love that. Thomas, I think I can. We have our book project. It's closing off the 14th of this month. You can get a chapter in the book for $500. Usually it's $1,000. The first 30 get it for a reduced rate. You can get a mention in there for $50, and you can be in Podcasting Academy. But we're introducing the Academy with high performance coaching. So you can get coached, high performance podcast mastery together for the first 30. After that, it'll be a little different. Every single early adopters, or beta, whatever you want to call it, get more value than the people that get it later, because it's obvious once it's obvious. The success stories we're going to get out of these 30 people will be off the chain. So if you think you want to take what you have perfected, your expertise, put it in podcasting, wrap it around our community of safe people, givers, and be a part of something that'll help encourage each other, grow, and you do your one thing, which is podcasting, then you get a hold of us. Thank you so much. Let me take this down. I'm Pete Kane, and it's been a pleasure to be with you. You'll be seeing a gentleman come on here at 10. He's a headshot expert, and you'll be hearing from him at 10. So we're going to do 30 podcasts, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you're going to see quality content from people that are aligned to be able to speak on that subject. If you're not an expert and you don't practice what you preach, you won't be hosting a podcast. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm Pete Kane. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Share this with somebody that you think could benefit, that want to be part of a safe community, want to use podcasting to leverage their time, create content, be able to help support your niche in whatever it is, then you're the right person for us. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day, and learn and grow each day. Thank you.